Hello, everybody. Welcome to my stream here. Today we are talking about sorry, I forgot to mute my YouTube stream. I had the chat popped out. Um, so again, welcome to my stream. I'm not that Matterhorn Matt. We're going to talk about souvenirs today and just kind of my tips for buying souvenirs. Not so much specifically what you should get, but how you should go about purchasing them and what you should get. Well, like what you should get as it pertains to you, not specific items, but things that you're interested in. So the way that I kind of thought about this, and I could have just mumbled out random tips, um, but I wanted something clear and concise. So the way that I kind of remembered everything is just kind of go back to school. Remember the 5 W's and the H, those questions. Okay, so who, what, where, why, when, and more importantly, how. And a lot of different questions fall under those. So it's not just one, it may not be one for who, or what, or when, or why. But those are the things that should be going through your head when you're buying a souvenir. So again, welcome for those of you just joining us. So we're going to get down right to the first tip. Who are you buying the item for? Now, when you're on vacation in Walt Disney World or Disneyland or whatever Disney park you're traveling to or Disney destination, there's always something, there's always a person in mind, whether it's for yourself, which some of these were bought for me, some of these I bought myself that I'm wearing right now. Are you buying for a friend? Are you buying for a relative? Are you buying for a child or a parent, coworker? Who are you buying this for? And so that should come into play about how expensive are you willing to go for? Yeah. Because who you're buying it for, there's definitely, in my opinion, a price range for myself and a price range for somebody else. So just think in mind as you're walking through the parks, who are you buying this for? What are you buying? So what are you buying? Honestly, are you buying hats? Are you buying Spirit jerseys? Are you buying Starbucks ceramic mugs? Probably should have, it's the other way, but there's coffee in here, so I didn't want to, but is this a holiday item? Are you buying collections merch? Magic bands, which, by the way, they're only good at Walt Disney World. Like, if you want to use a magic band, you can only use them at Walt Disney World. You can't use them at Disneyland. So if you're like, oh, this magic band looks cool, and you buy for someone who lives in California, yeah, it looks cool, but are they a practical person? Are they going to want a magic band to wear in the parks? They might look a little bit stupid because they can't use it. They even if they're staying at a hotel, you use key cards, which Disney World's going back to the key cards. They're still selling the magic bands, but they're going back to a complimentary key card at the front desk. Are you buying something practical? Again, practical, like these $1, I believe this was $1. The price is not on here. $2 reusable bags. This one's for California Adventure. I have pretty much one for every park and every resort. Is it something that's free, like a guide map? This is a great souvenir. I've talked about this before in some of my live streams because every time I go, I grab a park map because I like looking at the history of the parks and just how the park maps have changed over the years, but just how the parks have changed over the years. This park map was way different even 10 years ago. So I just like looking at the history. So keep that in mind. What are you buying or what are you getting? Sometimes this is probably the only free souvenir you're going to get. Well, that and the Sorcerer's cards. Keep mine in a little baggie here. Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom game cards. Those are pretty much the only free things that you're going to get inside the park. Do these people? Are you buying a game? Like a lot of times you can buy these games on Shop Disney, but honestly, with the park shutdown, I got this, and me and my brother, we played Uno one night, and it took the whole entire night to try to finish because we played a 500. We played the point system. Is it a limited edition or limited release merch? So Christmas time, like you want to be festive, you don't have Mickey Santa ears? Are you buying Mickey Santa ears? Personally, when I go into the parks, I look for pins. I look for mugs. I look for stuff that I can't get off of Shop Disney. I tend to stay away from T-shirts. I mean, Spirit jerseys they're durable. They're a good, well-made shirt, but a lot of like the T-shirts where you see on the wall, and you get like 2 for $22. They fade easily. Sometimes if they get a hole in it, like it's a hassle. And it's like I want to wear this for years, and sometimes I'm like I tuck it in my drawer for a special occasion. Hats. I do have a lot of hats. I go for hats. Like this is this actually just came out when I was there in July. It's a trucker style cap, Tomorrowland. Hats are actually pretty good. They do fade in the sun a little bit, but I don't know. I like the design. I like the people mover. So when am I buying? I tend to think of when that question goes through my head, I'm like, what do I want? What am I specifically looking for? What am I not buying? Where can I get it? Okay. And that leads into my next question. When you're going through your head, hello, Al. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Where is the item at Disney? Where will this go when you go home? Again, hats, pretty easy. You can hang them up. Pins, I have with the exception of the Mickey or the Minnie Mouse main attraction pins, I have a pin board. I put them on a pin board. Funko Pops, I have a collection of Disneyland 65th anniversary Funko Pops, but I haven't found a place for them yet. Like they keep moving. So if they keep moving, you can well, I don't know where this is going to go. Maybe don't buy it. Where is this item at Disney? Now, again, I say that because sometimes you have merchandise that's specific to a certain area, like a Pandora merchandise you're pretty much only going to find it at Animal Kingdom. But if it's a generic Walt Disney World like this, you can find it at any park. You can find it at the World of Disney, Disney Springs, or Downtown Disney. Or, well, you're not going to find this specific version, but the Disneyland version, you're going to find it at World Disney, or Downtown Disney. There are certain things that you're going to find. There are certain things that you're going to find when at every park, and there's certain things that you're going to find in only one specific park. Now, interesting enough, some of the pins that I do have are like the Epcot World Flag pins. It's basically the Mickey Mouse face with the Spaceship Earth design and the flag of each of the World Showcase countries. Interesting enough, on my last trip, hello, Sam. How are you? Thank you for joining in. Interesting enough, I found a couple of those Epcot World Showcase Mickey flag pins at Animal Kingdom on the last day. I'm like, oh, okay, there's USA, Canada, and I grabbed a couple. All right, I think I grabbed Canada. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. That's something that normally is exclusively sold at Epcot. Um, so where is the item at Disney? Make sure you plan it. Because sometimes if the item is something you can easily get, wait to the last day and know I can find it here. I can get it here. Um, and again, where will this go at home? Space. Space is the thing. Honestly, if you have a game cabinet, you're going to put the games in the games. The reusable bags, where is this going to go? Honestly, I keep a couple in my car if I'm going to Aldi because they don't provide bags for you at Aldi. So these are perfect like reusable shopping bags. And you don't have to use them in the parks. Disney sells a lot of like traveler mugs. This one actually I got off of Amazon, so this was not a Disney souvenir. But I do have some Turbis mugs that I did get from Disney. Cabinet, like I think, where is this going to go? Because if I don't have a place for it, I'm not buying it. All right, so we've done the who, we've done the what, we've done the where. Why? Why do you want this item? Is it something because it's limited edition? Okay. Is this a limited edition set? Do you need to have it? Are you collecting it? Is this a part of a collection that you are collecting? Is it, again, going back to the maps, I collect a map from each park every time I go. Did you just move? Do you need new dinnerware? Disney sells a lot of stuff for the home in the parks. So we didn't have enough bowls when I moved. So I bought a set of new 4 ink and paint collection bowls. Although I did get those bowls off of Shop Disney because for me, I didn't want that to travel home with me. I didn't want to put it in my suitcase and then all of a sudden a bowl chips or whatever. I just ordered it off of Shop Disney because some of those items are on Shop Disney. Use a free shipping code, and like a week later when I got home, it was there. We washed it, we used it. They're awesome. I think it's actually a very good collection. But yeah, if you don't need the item, if I'm going like, well, going back to the Santa hat, why am I buying this? Well, I'm buying this to wear at Disney for the holiday season. I'm only going to be wearing this for the holiday season. Is it a necessary purchase? For me, I'm going to be wearing this year after year. Like, as long as I have this and it's in good condition, I am wearing this. So for me, it was a good purchase. Why did I decide to wear this in 90-degree weather in the middle of a heat wave in Los Angeles, in the Los Angeles area? I have no idea. I'm still kind of flabbergasted that I ended up wearing this the whole entire time I was there. But if you're looking for Disney holiday merch, again, that may be another reason. Right now, the 2020 version of this hat is on Shop Disney. It's on sale. So at least it was on sale the last time I checked. So sometimes with the holiday stuff, can I wait till after holidays? Because a lot of times, yes, the ears and some of the other holiday merch, it will go on sale. You can get it much cheaper. Again, if you have a free shipping code, sometimes if you sign up with your email, or sometimes if you get something from Shop Disney, they'll send a little card in there and says, "Oh, look, you've been chosen to get free shipping," and you enter the codes, you can ship it for free. And then sometimes they have free shipping days, or if you purchase over $75, they'll send it to you for free. So again, if you're buying a whole collection of items, like a kitchen collection, like the Ink and Paint kitchen collection, for instance, or something like that, where you know you're going to be spending $70, $80, $90, $100, honestly, don't buy it in the park. Don't buy that thing in the park. Buy it off Shop Disney because you know you're going to get free shipping. Yeah, the tax may be a little different depending on where you live, way that tax laws work. But Let Disney pack it. Let them worry about, okay, how is this going to travel home? Because I'd rather feel like, okay, if it travels home with me, if it breaks, I'm responsible for it. If it breaks or something happens to it while it's being shipped from Disney, from Shop Disney, then you can potentially return it, get a new item or replacement item. And it also saves room in your suitcase because that is precious. Your suitcase is precious cargo, and you're trying to pack as much as you can in, either in the carry-on, and some things you can't even pack on a carry-on, or you are storing something underneath the plane. And again, you have that weight limit. Ceramic bowls, it's going to cause a lot. It's going to add some weight to your luggage. Samantha is looking forward to her dinner at the castle. I've never eaten at the castle, so I'm a little bit off the rails here right now, off the monorails. Ha! All right. But hopefully you can join your dinner. I believe you're going with Dawn and maybe that crazy Disneyland is going. Tanya's going maybe. I know. Is Aaron going to that as well? I don't know. A lot of people are going there, but Dawn. I'm not going to say how old Dawn is turning, but it's a big milestone. So that castle, I think, is perfect for her. So happy birthday, Dawn! By the way, if you're watching this. So why do you want this item? Is it necessary for you to have this or own it? For me, like, don't get too caught up in the collections because that's what they're there for. You buy one and you're like, oh, well, I have this, I need that. Okay, I have this and this, now I need that, that, and that. You want to own the whole collection. That's really the whole mindset of Disney with these collections. It's the fact that you see one thing, now you have to have the whole thing. And especially if they only offer some of the stuff exclusively inside the park. You're at Disney, you're going, well, I don't know when I'm going to be back, so let's just get the whole thing. They're probably not going to have this back the next time we're here. So I need this, 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 and this. I'm set for my kitchen. And then you look at your bank account, and your bank account's like, yeah, no, you're not buying anything else for the rest of the month because you need to pay bills, you need to do this, you need food. So that whole collection thing. There's the cats and dogs collection now. The 2021 Shop Disney monthly collection is going to be Stitch, which again they're like dangling the little treat in front of us. Oh, it's going to be Stitch. Like, okay, how are they going to do it? I know this year Disneyland was supposed to do Alien Remix in the parks. Obviously, because of COVID, they didn't do it, but they were going to sell all these pins and merch inside the parks. Now, this one I actually got from Box Lunch, part of the Alien Remix. It's an Alien Remix of Buzz Lightyear. But I saw Anger, and I saw what else did I see? I saw like either it wasn't Mike Wazowski, maybe it was Sully. But they did the aliens as other different Pixar characters. I think I saw Coco, Miguel from Coco, as one of them too. So this was actually it's a glow in the dark keychain. I was like, what was it, $7.90 off of their website. I got on sale, like during the Christmas sale. But they're extending this now to some of their shopping partners too. But yeah, like all these different collections, limited release merch, limited edition merch. Where did I put that magic band that I just saw? Now I say I have so much merch that I was thinking of showing you guys. Oh, there it is. The Skyliner. I forget if this is limited edition or limited release. It's limited release. It says it on it says it on the back of the magic band, but it's limited release. So yeah, they're very sneaky with all that stuff. It's very cool. Kind of bled a little little bit, but like the white magic bands are always, they can get dirty the quickest. I just dropped it. But yeah, those are the things. Oh, it's limited release. Well, how long is it going to be there? For a couple months? Usually with this festival merchandise, if they're celebrating something that's open, yeah, it's going to be a couple months. But it means that they've made a lot of it, and that at some point, they're going to stop. And it's a shorter amount of period than some traditional merchandise. Funko Pops, they just look cute, right? Do you need a Funko Pop? If you're kind of going like, I've spent a lot on souvenirs, do I really need a Funko Pop? Yes, no. This one again, celebrating the 65th anniversary merchandise, very popular. Do I need this? A lot of it, and especially sometimes with this Funko Pop I got off of Amazon. And sometimes I've seen stuff on Shop Disney where it's 15, 20 bucks on Shop Disney, half the cost on Amazon, especially with the Funko Pops. So if you see a Funko Pop in the park or on Shop Disney, yeah, I would check Amazon first, because if Amazon has it cheaper, I'm buying off of Amazon. If I really need the Funko Pop. But a lot of times the Funko Pops, yes, they're cute. I like it. I treasure this one. I treasure all my Funko Pops, actually. But other than aesthetics, is there a practical purpose for it? If it's no, and there's some other things that you want, I'm sorry, but the Funko Pop, unless you collect them, don't start a collection buying souvenirs. Don't start. Like if you continue the collections like pins, or if you collect a variety of different Funko Pops, or if you absolutely 100% want to start a collection and know that you can control yourself, that's fine. Because again, if I buy a Funko Pop early on, or I start a collection while I'm on vacation, it's like, oh, I need this, and then I trying to fit everything into my suitcase. So my next question, when? When are you going to purchase the item? Is it something that can carry to the parks? Is it fragile? Will it need a locker? When you buy it, will you have to bring it to your hotel room as soon as you possibly can? Yes, this is a two card thing. Will it be there on your next trip? Believe it or not, I've seen stuff in the parks subsequent trips. Usually, sometimes it's a shirt. Most of the time, it's a pin. A lot of times, the open edition pins, they're there for years because they're open edition. They stop selling them when they become less popular. Or they feel like they have a new, better design, especially when it's attraction pins or Disney World pins. I had a pin that's a ticket book pin that they've been selling on and off since 2008. It says Walt Disney, has the old Disney logo on it. I should have brought it. But you open up, it has A, B, C, D, E tickets in it. I looked at the back and it said 2008. But I bought it as an open edition pin at Disney World in 2020. So they've been selling this pin for 12 years. So you might think, oh, will it be there on your next trip? Chances are yes. Or if it's a pin, and it's an open edition attraction pin, and you go maybe once a year, once every other year. Yeah. The current version of the Soarin' pin, again, I should have brought this out. I actually got it for my first trip from Disney in like 7 years. Like, I went to Disney in 2011 after I graduated college. I didn't go back to Disney World until 2019, but I made one trip to Disneyland in 2018. My first ever trip. And I got a Soarin' Over the World pin at Disneyland. And then subsequently, for each of my 3 trips after that Disneyland trip, I saw the same Soarin' pin there. Again, traction pins, they don't tend to retire fairly quickly. And you'll see those year after year. Unless if like a logo changes or they redo the ride, like Test Track, obviously when they redid the Test Track to 2.0, all new merch came out with that. But those types of things, they're going to tend to go back year after year or come back year after year. Sometimes with ornaments, occasionally you'll see the same ornaments, especially if they're simple design ornaments. They'll be back year after year. Games. This one actually I think just came out. If I see the copyright on it, it says copyright 20th Century Fox. It doesn't have the year on it. But copyright 2019. There we go. So a lot of times they update the games like Disney Parks Uno. I believe this is like the third or fourth different version of Disney Parks Uno. And they update the rides on the cards. This one has the Sorcerer Mickey one. I actually bought this because, as I said earlier, we needed some games to play while we were in our room. When everything closed at 10 o'clock in July, we're like, okay, we need something to play. Or while we wait for Epcot to open on our Epcot day, or we get home early from the Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom. Again, we need a game to play. So Uno was perfect. Saw this. Tanya talked about this on her live streams a lot. How she loved this. So the Sorcerer Mickey card, yeah, I don't like Sorcerer Mickey when it's in Uno. But it's fun. But it's something, again, these games, yes, they do update, especially with Monopoly. I believe they have a 3D castle version, but they do update it. I've seen Monopoly in the parks for 20 something odd years when they update it with the attractions. So is it something that's going to be there on your next trip? Do you need it now, or can you get it later? Well, if you look at the back of the board from Monopoly, I'm like, oh, it has this right, this right, this right. I'll get it now. Or it's like, yeah, this doesn't look appealing to me. Maybe they'll update it next time you get it, or next time you're there. You'll get it. Sometimes they do put those games, especially this Disney Parks Uno was on Shop Disney a couple times. So a lot of the board games do get put on Shop Disney as well. If it's a limited edition this is technically limited release, these mini main attraction ones. Limited release, yeah, they're basically there for a month, and after the month they're gone usually. Although with COVID happening, they kind of shifted their sales schedule. Originally, these were exclusively in the parks, but then they moved it to Shop Disney, and that's why I think the Stitch collection moved to Shop Disney as well. I think that was originally going to be a park exclusive as well, but they saw how popular this was online. Now this, you can still, every once in a while, they'll pop in the parks, especially at Sir Mickey's at Magic Kingdom, but it's usually the most recent theme. So most recent theme, by the way, was the finale. Of course, you have to always end with fireworks, right? And I also have the mug, which I think this mug is never going to get used. But this is actual real glitter. And that's part of the reason why. And you got the Sleeping Beauty Disney Castle right there. The other side actually has Mickey Mouse fireworks. Actually, there's Mickey Mouse fireworks right there. Hidden Mickey fireworks on this side. And on the other side, the side that you can't see, there's a big Hidden Mickey firework right there. So in-park exclusive collections, will it be there next year? Other parks have this item. Again, if it's, I know previously I've shown the drawstring bag. Now, this kind of goes back to why a little bit. I got this drawstring bag not because of I thought it looked cool, which it does look cool. It's a retro design with the old retro Walt Disney World logo on it. It keeps repeating. If you look at, I believe I showed this on one of my early Instagram lives on it. It's very cool. It has a zipper pocket where I kept all my trading pins in. Because yes, you can still pin trade in the parks right now. And you can also keep like money and little things that you don't want falling out zipped up, which I thought was cool. It's a durable bag. It's a thick bag, but we actually had a drawstring backpack that we brought so we can carry just like an umbrella, ponchos, little trinkets, little souvenirs. but not like a full blown and a snack or a water bottle or whatever. It wasn't a full blown backpack whatsoever. Because we didn't want to go through security and have them, depending on what park at the time it was we were going to, having to kind of search and pull everything out. Now, at the time, Hollywood was a Hollywood Studios where you can just walk through, or no, Hollywood Studios they had you check. I know Animal Kingdom. It was Animal Kingdom, definitely, and at the Epcot World Showcase entrance, which we used, they had the basically like the metal detectors where you can just walk through. You didn't have to take anything out. It kind of looked like the anti-shopping theft device things. So that was easy. But Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, you had to take the things out if you were carrying a bag. And so like, okay, this is really simple. We can just show them in here. There. But as I was carrying this along, like one of the strings kept falling out of the little loop. I'm like, I need a new drawstring backpack. So this was day one, Hollywood Studios. We went to a gift shop. I'm like, this looks perfect. Like this looks like it can hold a lot of stuff. It can hold my umbrella if I need to. It can hold this. So I ended up buying that there. So it was more of a practical thing. But again, it wasn't something that was specific Hollywood Studios merchandise. It was a Walt Disney World drawstring bag. You can get it at any park. So again, you could get it at Disney Springs as well. I'm sure that it's in World of Disney or one of the stores there. I was actually looking for the ink and paint one, but I couldn't find the ink and paint one. But I think I went with the right choice. But can you get on Shop Disney again? If it's on Shop Disney, sometimes there's a sale on Shop Disney that the parks don't have. Right now, annual pass holders can get a discount on Shop Disney. There is that shipping aspect. Usually it's $5.95 for that first item, and they add $1 for subsequent items depending on what the items are. Disney Store, can you get it at the Disney Store? If you can get it at the Disney Store, don't get it at the park. It's not a really good souvenir. Going back to my first one, if you're traveling in the parks, again, when will you purchase this item? If it's a heavy item, now what I did on our first day is I made a droid. I made a little BB droid from the Droid Depot, which it's tucked in the corner. I won't grab it right now, but it's a big thing. It's a big purchase that probably should be going into a locker. Yeah, like if you're carrying it around, it interacts in the park, or at least in Galaxy's Edge. But if you're not in Galaxy's Edge, do you want to be carrying it around, especially if it's going to be raining? Probably not. So that's something maybe it needs to go in a locker. What I ended up doing with my brother is that we had to trade. He actually got me something that was fragile, and then was like, okay, let's go on Rock and Roller Coaster. It's like, well, wait a minute, I don't want this to break on Rock and Roller Coaster. So what we did was we did kind of like a ride swap. Like my BB droid was my little kid. So he rode Rock and Roller Coaster first, and then I rode it, or vice versa, something like that. No, I rode it first, he rode it second. And for me, being a tall person, not having a person sitting next to me actually gave me a little bit more room. So I'm actually glad for a couple of reasons, that he didn't ride with me. But it would have been fun anyways, riding with him anyway. But anyway, but like we did, like it was like riding with someone that like you in a ride swap with like a little kid. And thankfully at the time, the ride wait time was like 10 minutes. Like it was a walk on. So I rode it first. He waited in the gift shop. I came out, took all the stuff, and he rode it. And we got our photos and all that stuff. It was fun. But it's like, if you're going with other people, do you really want to do something like that? Is that a hassle? No. Sometimes there are things that are too big to carry around that you're in the locker, or you're just like, well, hold on. I have to go, like, I'm going to need to go to my hotel room to buy this or to store this. Or if you're traveling from like inside Florida, or if you're staying off property, It's like, well, then I have to go home or off property, and like that's not feasible. So when is actually a very important thing to think about. When am I buying this? Something like the Droid Depot, you do it whenever you get your reservation, or sometimes you have the walk-ups. Um, so if you have a reservation, like you're billing it then. I would say put in the locker. Um, but sometimes you're like, well, I don't want to spend money on a locker. Well, then try to time it towards the end of your park visit. Buy it at the end of the park visit. Now, if something like a pin or earrings or something that sells out really easily, and notice people are just like grabbing it left and right, then a locker going to your hotel room may be a little bit better, especially if it's like Epcot and you're in an Epcot resort. I know I did that where I purchased a couple things and then I just put it back in the room, freshened up a little bit, and went back into the park. Hollywood Studios, again, take this if you're on a Skyliner resort, spend the 20, 30 minutes, go back to your hotel room, maybe an hour, take a break from the park, come back. Now, if you're a type of person like you're going bam, 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 bam here, trying to fit as many things as possible, that Skyliner ride or that boat ride or that walk to your resort might take a little extra time out of your day. So it depends really who you are. If it's something you have to bring to your hotel room ASAP, again, souvenir shopping, try to wait. Like if it's something like that where you don't want to carry it around with you, wait to the end of the day. I know right now for the holidays, they return merchandise pickup. I don't know if that's still going at the front of the park. I don't know if that's still going on, but right now or during non-holiday season, like during non-holiday season 2020, they're not delivering to your hotel room. They're not doing front of the park pickup. Like I said before, right now they are during the holiday season. We're at the tail end of that. I don't know if they've stopped that. But because of COVID, they're not doing some of the things that they normally do with package pickup. I know for sure 100% they're not doing delivery to the hotel. So you have to think of a locker or just bring it back yourself. So waiting to the end if you can would be awesome if you can't carry it around, especially if it's like a pin, or especially if it's not like something like a pin or a shirt or something it can easily be towed along. Like if it's a mug or a bowl, something large like a droid, even. Because of what's going on, I would wait as far as you can through the day to purchase that. Or, for instance, like if you're at Hollywood Studios and you're wanting to build that droid, do Tower Terror first. Do Rock and Roller Coaster first. Get those rides out of the way, and then build the droid. And then maybe rides the Alien Swarming Saucers and Toy Story Mania, Star Tours, some of the like the Muppet Vision, some of those rides afterwards, especially like Magic Kingdom too. Splash Mountain, like do Splash Mountain in the morning, do Thunder Mountain in the morning, Space Mountain, like all the ones where like I don't trust this on those rides. Do those rides first, and then at the end of the day, maybe go on the teacups or Winnie the Pooh or the Haunted Mansion, Small World. Those rides, yeah, your big purchase, those bowls or whatever. I keep going back to the bowls. Those fragile items or big items may be easier to carry on there. All right. So, who, what, where, why, when. And of course, in school, you always have the how. Okay. How am I going to pay for this? That's kind of the big, how am I going to pay for this? Am I going to charge it to my room with the Magic Band? Okay. Because you can link a credit card there. Am I going to pay with a credit card? Am I going to pay with cash? Do I have enough money for this? How much does it cost? Right? If you can get it, can I get it somewhere cheaper? That's what should be going through your mind when I say how. Cost. Now another how that you really should be thinking about is how I'm going to get this home. Especially if you're driving and if you're like a local resident, yeah, you know pretty much, okay, I can just bring this home. It's going to be easy, blah. If you are traveling by car, it's like, okay, we have this suitcase. Maybe if I move this suitcase around here, do I have enough space in my car for it? Okay. The hardest thing to do is air travel. Can I bring this on the plane with snow globes? I've seen a couple snow globes return in Disney parks. TSA does not allow snow globes in carry-on. So if you're only bringing carry-on, you're kind of out of luck, especially the size of the snow globe. You're gonna have to put that in, like stow it or ship it. If you're getting a droid, for me, that was my biggest issue. I bought the droid, then after I thought, well, wait a minute, how am I going to bring this home? And originally, I was going to bring 2 suitcases, and just pay the extra money for the suitcase. But then I'm like, no. And then I'm like, okay, I don't want to put this underneath the plane. Like, could this count as a personal item? And or the carry-on, and could this count as the personal item? Blah 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 blah. Eventually, we combined my brother's carry-on and my carry-on into one, and my brother carried on my droid to the plane. So that's basically what happened. But it was a few days of just us thinking, or especially me thinking, how am I going to get this home? So if you're going to have trouble bringing this home on a plane, and you don't want to ship it like via UPS or something, which I believe Disney is still doing that, where you can try to ship it through Disney. I know they've done this in the past, where if you can ship it directly home through UPS or something, so that it'll be all packed nicely. You get it home, you don't have to worry about it. But again, there's a fee involved with that. I know just people in general, instead of bypassing or instead of bringing luggage, what they'll do is they'll UPS or FedEx their clothes, their suitcases, to Disney, and then they'll pick it up at the hotel, or their destination. They'll pick it up at their destination, wear all the clothes, blah blah blah, pack it up again, and UPS it back. So that might be an option. But if you're not willing to do that, how are you going to get it home? Is it something that you're going to trust in your suitcase, trust in your carry-on? Because if it's something that, especially if it's something like ceramic breakable, mugs, or even their toothpick holders. I don't know, which I think is funny, because if it's sold by Disney in a Disney shop, this is a toothpick holder. But if you go into the Germany pavilion, there's a whole wall of shot glasses. It's a private retailer in the Germany pavilion. I don't know if it's still open right now. I don't know if it's open right now because of the shutdown. But they had a whole wall of shot glasses, and they had a couple ones with Mickey Mouse on it, one with the Spaceship Earth and the old Epcot logo, and it was clearly marked as a shot glass. So toothpick holders equals shot glass on Disney property. I have a toothpick holder, ink and paint toothpick holder set, and they're all shaped Mickey Mouse. I don't know who uses. They're very hard to use as shot glasses, but they're technically toothpick holders. I think those are the only ones that are actually toothpick holders. But if there's something that's going to break during travel, and you don't, I would say if you can't carry it on, don't buy it. Carry on, then at least you can put it underneath your seat. You can wrap it up really well and check on it. Because I don't trust baggage handlers. They just throw those things around, and if you pack something fragile in your luggage, it might not make it, especially if the plane shifts. And then the plane shifts around. Yeah, if it's something fragile and you're traveling by plane, See if you can get on Shop Disney. If you can't, maybe ship it via UPS, get some packing supplies, and make sure that you can ship it. Because again, I would not trust packing in my luggage. Again, the ink and paint bowls. Actually, I'm going to tell you right now, ink and paint bowls. They're the, I believe they're the small version, the set of 4 different colors. I had it shipped. Like I saw the park, I'm like, I want this. We need these bowls. I had it shipped. I bought it off of Shop Disney because this is the box they actually come in. This is the box. Like trying to fit this in my luggage, there was not going to be enough room, and my luggage actually was a little bit overweight on the way back. And so we had to move some of my clothes into my brother's luggage, which was well underweight. Hello, Lori. How are you? Thank you for joining. Glad to see you here. So again, space is always an issue when it's how you're going to bring it home. So again, 5 W's: who, what, where, why, when, and how. Really easy things to remember. A lot of things going through your mind when you're buying stuff from the parks and for that perfect souvenirs. Now, there's plenty more tips that I really wanted to kind of share with you guys, but I guess I'll have to say that for another day. But you know what? There is one tip. This I actually got inside of our Disney parks. Now, it's a little bit banged up here. Got a lot of dog hair on it from the dog that I used to own. A little small Mickey plush here, but again, plushes, I would definitely not buy plushes in the parks. You might want to, like, first of all, even though yes, I did buy this in the park, it's like the tag that comes on the leg here, which I probably should have ripped off. Just says shopdisney.com. It has a Disney logo. Like, you can buy this at your Disney store. And these Mickey plushes you can buy on Amazon, the Disney store, and they're going to be cheaper than in the parks. You can even buy it like Walmart. And they're much cheaper. So plush, even though it looks like you need to buy the plush in the park, unless it's like part of the limited release Minnie Mouse main attraction or the Year of the Mouse on Amazon, like, you're going to find those plushes everywhere. Now, my final tip before I kind of just talk about some random stuff here, is that if you can, is rent a car for even like a day. If you're staying off property and renting a car, or if you can rent a car for a day, I know there's I know you can do that on property. I believe there's a car rental place. There used to be, at least. But just rent a car for a day. Go to Cast Connections, or not if you know a cast member. Character Warehouse is the word I was thinking of. Listening to Tanya and Robin talk about Cast Connections, about going to Cast Connections, and how it's like cast member only merchandise and all that stuff. That's where my mind was. But Character Warehouse, there's a couple locations of Character Warehouses in the Orlando area. Go there because you're going to get Disney Park merchandise on a discount. Sometimes there's Loungefly stuff. There's a lot of times when the holidays are over, they don't sell every ear hat. That makes their way eventually if they're trying to clear out some seasonal items or some discontinued items and they're just not selling. It's going to make its way to the Character Warehouse. Spend a day there. Get your souvenirs there. You're going to save some money. I was also informed, but I believe it was Wishes Forever lives in the same area that I am, which is in Northern Illinois. And there is actually a Disney outlet store. And a couple people through the streams have told me this. There's a Disney outlet store at the Gurney Mills Mall, in Gurney, Illinois. It's actually near the border of Wisconsin and Illinois. It's a Disney store, so it sells up-to-date Disney merchandise, but apparently it also sells some Disneyland or some discontinued merchandise from Disneyland. And it favors Disneyland merch, including like some Disneyland Spirit jerseys, other Disneyland merchandise on a discount. Some Disney World stuff, from what I understand, but it's a lot of Disney World stuff. There's a lot of Disneyland stuff there as well that you would normally find at like a Character Warehouse. So I still need to check it out. I haven't traveled that far north in a while, but maybe one day I'll pull out my camera phone. I don't have a gimbal. I'll pull out my camera. I'll kind of go shopping there, because that's honestly 2,000 miles away west of where I am, and even though it is 2,000 miles west, to hear that you can buy Disneyland merchandise on a discount in Illinois, I'm there. Like, give me a mask, give me keys, I'm off to Gurney. So those are a lot of my tips. I thought this was only going to be like a half hour, and I've been talking for about 52 minutes. So for me, I just like talking, apparently. So I'm glad you guys tuned in. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm not that Matt WDW, because I thought that was kind of easier to remember than not that Matterhorn Matt. Like, it's a little bit shorter, but I don't know. That's me on Instagram. I post Instagram stories of my adventures that I've done in the past at Disney parks, Disney merchandise. Every once in a while I do an Instagram live, but if I'm showing off merch, Instagram live, it mirrors it. At least it mirrors it on my end, where this one I can show, and it's not me kind of going like, okay, which way do I move the camera and all that stuff. I can predict it much more easier if I'm using YouTube. So follow me in there. I've been posting a lot of holiday stuff. I do have a lot of holiday stuff. So during my most recent Disneyland trip was during the holiday season, 2019. So me trying to pick a picture from that trip that doesn't have a holiday decoration, it's really hard. But I'm still posting pictures from my July trip as well. I can't wait for my next one, which I'm planning. You're always planning your next Disney trip. So if there's any other questions about Disney merch that you have, we can spend the next like 5 or 6 minutes talking about it, or message me on a future live stream. I'm just kind of reading through the comments here from the past hour, and you got like Sam and all are funny. They really are. Elle, yeah, she's falling for that collection problem. For me, my first thing was I signed up for the merch pass for this one right here. I actually signed up for both the mug and the pins for Peter Pan's flight, thinking that, oh, if I get one, that's great, I'll keep it, because this looks cool. And that's how I think but for me, it just looks cool. And then I end up winning both. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll put the pins on eBay. Pins came. I'm like, I like the pins. I like the mug. And I forget what 7 was. 7 and 8 were, one was the King Arthur carousel. Because I do not have 7 or 8. I forgot what the other one was. I'm like, okay, do I really need this? And then this appeared on Shop Disney just randomly. They started selling. I'm like, oh, this looks cool again. I guess I'm getting this. So now then I had 3 of it, and then when I saw what was the next one after that, Thunder Mountain pins. I'm like, Thunder Mountain's one of my favorite roller coasters at Disney. I gotta get this, and then one after another. Haunted Mansion. This is actually pretty cool. Haunted Mansion. You got Madame Leota, although it doesn't really look like the Madame Leota, the cartoon stylized version of Madame Leota right there. But the veil of the mini gears pin is actually see-through. I think that's really cool. Gotta get the Haunted Mansion one. Jungle Cruise, you know what? I actually did win. I'm like this. I have to get this now. So I got 10. I got 9, 10, 11, and 12 of the pin set. There again, the finale. Who doesn't love fireworks? Again, a couple different mugs. All the mugs I have are based on this stuff. Are based on the pins that I have. And then like, well, let's see what happens. Like the Space Mountain was number 1. I didn't have an opportunity to buy that in person because it wasn't on Shop Disney. Like I said before, it started as an in-park exclusive collection, and I'm looking online and it's like $100. I'm like, no, sorry, I can get 5 of these for $100. These are $19.99 retail. I'm like, 5 pins or 5 sets of pins. And mugs actually cost the same as the pin set. I can get 5 pins and mugs, basically 2.5 months of this collection directly, or $100 or even more, depending on what the set is, off of eBay. So yeah, collections can definitely really be dangerous. Ink and paint too. Like I have a couple of there's pins with the ink and paint. There's aprons. I have the reusable bag, which again, those are like $3-4, which is really cheap. So if you're trying to like, even with that though, it's like, okay, I've got this bag. Yeah, maybe the pins. Yeah, maybe the bowls. Yeah. I did look at the Spirit jersey. There was ink and paint ornaments. Like you start kind of going down that rabbit hole. So collections are dangerous. So that's kind of like I said that was my final tip about going to like Character Warehouse. But like I said before, unless you can afford to start the collection, do not buy a souvenir based on a collection unless you're continuing that collection. Especially with ink and paint. There's mystery pins and regular pins. I started with one pin. I'm like, oh, well, now it's this one. Now it's this one. And it can become an obsession. Collections definitely can become obsessions. Like I said, they're funny. I'm not buying them anything. I'm sorry. If you can send me money, maybe I'll send you something. I don't know. No, don't send me money. Don't send me money. That was a joke. But yeah, no. Those are like I said, there's way more tips than one live stream can hold, especially when it comes with specifically buying like t-shirts and clothing items, and because those are really the most popular stuff. I haven't even talked about postcards, which I actually do like buying postcards. They still sell postcards and dated material, like dated like as in 2020, 2021. Should you buy it? Should you not buy it? I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of times with year-end merchandise, I saw this a lot with 2019. A lot of the 2019 dated pins and dated merchandise went on sale in Shop Disney at the end of 2019, early 2020. The 2020 merchandise, because 2020 is just that good of a year, it went on discount in July. I haven't really seen a lot of it. Some of it's still available and still available on a discount on Shop Disney. But I haven't seen a lot of the dated pins that I would see at the end of the year. A lot of the 2019 pins that I have are from Shop Disney because I bought on Shop Disney at the end of the year. I didn't buy in the parks. So these 2022 or 2022, these 2021 pins that I'm seeing, which I personally love the 2021 collection. Not the 2020 I thought was ugly um, to begin with, not just because it is 2020. But I think just the fact that the characters are more varied, um, just the overall color and design of the 2021 collection. Um, I like with those pins. If those pins most likely will be on sale at the end of 2020, at the end of 2021. So it's something that you may want to hold off until the end of the year. If it's something like, oh, I collect Jack Skellington, I'm not going to risk it. There's now a Jack Skellington Disneyland Disney World dated pin. I've never seen that before. There's a Kermit the Frog one too. Kermit the Frog. That's the first time I've seen Kermit the Frog on a Disney Parks merchandise, dated merchandise. So I believe there's Winnie the Pooh and Mickey as well. And then you have like the mystery pins as well, which are widely varied. Too. Mystery pins may not make it towards the end of the year, but definitely like the open edition 2021 pins. So I could talk on for hours and hours about this stuff. And I'm happy that I could share my tips with you guys. Normally I do Sunday night live streams at 9 o'clock Central Time. I've been taking a little break because of the holidays, trying to fit them in during the daytime, whenever I can. I'm still working on my top roller coasters of Walt Disney World. I'm going to do a Walt Disney World video. I'm going to do a Disneyland video. Although with Disneyland, there are a couple roller coasters I haven't ridden there, but I'm still going to rank it based on what I've heard from other people and similar rides that I've ridden, because the ones I haven't ridden are similar to a lot of the ones I have. We'll talk about them when I make those videos. But I've got my rankings. I am working on trying to make everything look all nice. Yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be my first not live video. So I want to make sure that it's primed up, ready to go, looks all prim and proper. Not like one of these crazy off the rails where it's just like, okay, go live. Hi. I want to make it look all nice and neat. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Watch my future live streams, because I will be talking a little bit further about that. And Mel, where have you been all this time? I've been talking for an hour and now you're just commenting? Have you been in like ninja mode? Have you been in ninja mode, or are you literally just doing it in now? Or I know you're in Florida right now, so you're at Hollywood Studios. You are probably buying merchandise and all that stuff. So you got to watch this on the replay. Comment on how good my tips are. If there's any tips that you have about buying merchandise, buying souvenirs, leave it in the comments. Okay, because I'm interested to hear what you guys think as well about what you buy. Because again, for me, I stick to pins, mugs, hats. I shy away from shirts. And yes, I did get the pin. And I didn't. For those of you that are kind of just like, did I get the pin? What Mel did for me was she got me, more specifically, she got me a Epcot Festival of the Holidays 2020 pin as a Christmas gift for my brother. So it was a Christmas gift for my brother that I've been trying to get for about a month or so. And yes, it made it in one piece, which I didn't know that it actually had a moving part. I love pins that have moving parts. And so if I didn't tell my brother this was a gift for him for Christmas, I might have been like, mine. But no, it was a Christmas gift. It was right up his alley. He was so excited to get it. But the Chip and Dale kind of moving inside that wreath, oh, that's so cool. Um, I like he loves it. Like he was the pin trader in my family up until we started going back to Disney as a family, just him and I. Right now that actually that's our entire family, but that's a whole nother story. Um, so we started doing family trips again to Disney, and he traded a little bit. I'm like, okay, I don't like this pin, I'll trade it. And then I'm like, well, ooh, I found a better one. Yeah, this one, forget this one. Like I got into more pin trading. I'm like, oh, let's get another starter set. And I kept trading pin. Like I now have like 3 times as many pins as he did, and I used to make fun of him for the amount of pins that he had. So, um, yeah. Again, you can get carried away with collections, especially pin collections as well, because you got it. Like when you see a pin, you got to have it, right? So just stick to the tips that I just said. Every time I see a pin, I'm like, do I need the pin? Does it fit my collection? How much does it cost? Like I go through those questions every time. So yeah, like you can get carried away with collections. So be careful. Be careful. Like I now even have a Disney Uno collection. Like I have a Toy Story 4, there's an Avengers, I have Mickey and Friends Uno, um a couple non-Disney Uno games. Like it's Uno Flip, Dose. There's a game called Dose by Uno. Um, Retro Uno. But now we're getting really off topic. Um, so yeah, like I said in the comments, make sure like if there's a tip you want to share, share it. I would love to hear it. And yeah, I've run out of things to say, folks, as I kind of take a sip of my Disneyland. I'm assuming Aaron is not in chat today. Hello, Wishes Forever. Um, I was just I was just talking about you, about how you mentioned to me. I forget what during what live stream we were watching about the Disney outlet in Gurnee, about how sometimes they sell Disneyland merchandise there. I believe it was you, right? That told me about that. Um, so maybe at one point they even had these mugs here. Now, yeah, they do. Okay, it was you. Okay, so I'm surprised Aaron did not show up because with all the Disneyland stuff I've been showing today and the stuff I've been getting at Disneyland, this is a Disney World Spirit jersey, by the way. Got this at Disney World. Um, I'm surprised he didn't say show off. This was actually a Christmas gift from my brother. This one is a Series 1 Starbucks You Are Here mug, which the You Are Here series, for me, the Rosemont Outlet Disney store by the airport, by O'Hare. Um, so, see again, squirrel. I have the squirrel mentality. Now, if you're ever traveling in Chicago, there's this big, I believe it's called the Fashion Square Outlet Mall or Fashion Outlet Chicago, something like that. It is right next to O'Hare Airport. And I think they might even have a shuttle. Like they used to have a shuttle from O'Hare to this outlet store. Um, but it is literally right next to the airport. So if you're traveling to Chicago, before you get on your flight, you can go to the Disney outlet store and you can get some of your Disney merchandise at the Disney outlet store there. I That's even closer to me. So this is dangerous, folks. This is dangerous. The next time I make a video, it might be me holding this mug going, money for the poor, because I cleaned out my bank account at the Disney outlet store. Um, Fashion outlets in Rosemont. Yeah. And see, don't yeah, the Disney store again, like for that type of stuff at Woodfield, it's a non-outlet, yeah, but again, like plushes. I'm assuming that some of like the Disney store stuff would be like Shop Disney as well. So that doesn't surprise me, but again, it's making me nervous because again, I'm the type of person where it's just like it's supermarket sweep through some of the stuff like I need this, and it's like you have 2 minutes 40 seconds to buy all the merch you can. um, but yeah, so that I did know Disney stores, especially more so as of late, as kind of the merchandising for the Walt Disney Company is a part of the parks. The Wishes collection spirit, like the blue sparkly one, and some Junior like the ears. Uh, Wishes, I hate you. I don't hate you, but I hate you right now because that Wishes collection spirit jersey, that one, that looks so cool. And Wishes Come True. It's the Wishes Come True blue, and part of that does benefit the Make a Wish Foundation. So they're doing that like in your head. They're thinking like, oh, I don't need the spirit jersey, but it's for the kids. Oh, uh, okay. Now this has just devolved into me going like being all calm and collected. Like this is what you need to do, and the end of the stream pretty much is just like this is not what you should do. This is like have people tell you, oh well, this is here, this is here, this is here, because you'll be like, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. And if you're a Disney fan like me, this is probably normal brain. I do need this. I do need that. I need the plushes. I need the pins. I need everything. And you have to ground yourself with, okay, but can I afford it? Can I buy it? Where am I going to put this? I need a little bit of that grounding right now. There was something else I wanted to say, but I can't even remember. Uh,
Well, folks, it's live. I lost internet connection, so I'm I'm really sorry about that happens. But I think it's just the internet telling me that it's had enough. Um, I'm glad you all could join. Again, I'm sorry again that my internet kicked me off, but looks like I'm streaming from my phone. I'm using my internet data really quickly. And I just want to say thank you for watching. And I will definitely see you on my next stream. Watch for notifications. Watch my Instagram for updates. And one final note. Last night was my very good friend Roxy, Life with Roxana's 2-year anniversary on YouTube. She did a special anniversary stream. And I just want to wish her and a happy 2-year anniversary. And congratulations on your engagement to my Disney World Fix, Aaron. And their channels are merging in the next year. I'm very excited and happy for both of them. Congratulations to them. And on that note, I hope that all of your adventures are good ones. And I'll see you on the next stream. Bye, everybody.